Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Nobody's Fool. Very, very low expectations. IMDb has this at a 4.4, which is really low. 1,979 people are the only ones who rated it, so it's out on Prime now. A woman is released from prison. She comes home to her sister. She finds out her sister has met somebody online, and now she doesn't think that the guy online is who he's saying to be. That's your IMDb summary for you right there. I don't know what it's really about. We're going to watch in a second. Tiffany, Haddish, Tika, Sumpter are in it. Whoopi Goldberg's in it. And we'll see who else is in it as we get started throughout it. I'll watch a little bit, give you a better idea really what the synopsis is. Low expectations, and I'll tell you what I think of it so far. So maybe we found a gem and we're going to prove 1,979 people wrong. I don't know. Well, I'll do the work for you. Stick around. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Nobody's Fool. We're at the 40-minute, 21-second mark. I just want to kind of quickly explain to you the plot in more detail than what I gave you the first time. So, Tika Sumpter, she's the sister, and Tiffany Haddish plays Tanya, the sister who got out of prison. So, Danica, that's the first one. She's a young marketing executive, rising to the top, trying to make a name for herself kind of thing, and gets a good project where they're trying to sell perfume. So you got that background, and that's what she's done well, 6 figures, a real nice apartment, which I think is in New York. Whatever. Tanya is her sister, who has just gotten out of prison. She was in it for 5 years. She has to come live with her, and she's trying to help her get on the straight and narrow. Now, as she's doing that, Danica has a new boyfriend that she has met online. And they converse via phone, via Amazon Alexa, on the internet, all that kind of stuff, but she's never met him over a year. So, obviously that raises some questions, including her best friend and her sister, and they're trying to wonder, is this guy real? Prior to this guy, this internet guy, she had a boyfriend that she was engaged to. Bailey was his name, and he broke it off and found somebody else. So the theory essentially can be that she's rebounding and just going out with some guy that she doesn't know, who could be catfishing. So at this point, Tanya has reached out to the hosts of Catfish to see if they could figure out, is she being catfished or not. There's some small subplot too with a owner of a coffee shop, flirts with her every day, seems like a nice guy, but he also has a little bit of a past. And overarching all of it is a list. So the perfume one that they're selling, it comes with an ink pen, like a feathered ink pen, and a piece of paper so you can make a list about your man. Well, Danica and her best friend made lists. So they're like all into it kind of thing. So they make lists for their men, and they have to hit certain criteria. So you can see that playing itself out in the background of everything else that is going on. So far, after 40 minutes, it's definitely not a 4. There are some funny parts when Tanya gets out of prison. Made me laugh a little bit. A little over the top at points, but there are some things that she says that it's like, oh, that's funny, you know. And there's some things they try that's like, I see what they're going for, not that funny. But, again, not terrible so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure where the 4s come from. But we're only 40 minutes in. It is an hour and 50 minutes, so I got another hour and 10 minutes for it to go downhill. So that's what I'm expecting. So we'll see where it goes from here. I don't know if I have another check-in. If not, see you at the end and give you my overall thoughts. Alright, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits and Nobody's Fool. Finally at the credits. So that's one of the areas of opportunity or complaints about this. It is a little too long, too much. In fact, for me, I kind of marked it down. If you turn it off at the hour and 20-minute mark, go to bed, take it for what it's worth, and that's good enough for you. I don't think you need the other 30 minutes of the movie. Some of it's really hard to watch, you know, but without giving you any spoilers. For me, I think that's, you know, right at the 129-minute mark, it was just like painful to watch that piece. But anyway, I watched it all. and you know, talk a little bit more about that. But there's the first things I think. Whoopi Goldberg, as I said, plays the mother in this of the two sisters, and she's consistently high throughout the entire movie, or plays high, you know. So that sometimes is funny. You like that a lot when she shows up, but she really doesn't like her. One daughter won't even let her stay with her. Some of the other things that happen in this movie. So there is a Chris Rock cameo. He's in it, but I think the whole scene flops. There's one thing that he says that I got a chuckle from. Other than that, it was useless. I think if they were going to keep that scene in, they should have wrote it better. I didn't find the humor in it at all. I know what they were trying to do, but it didn't really work for me. There's a you know, as you can imagine, in a romance movie like this, more of a comedy, but a romance, but then they try and make it a romance. They try and turn it into 50 Shades of Grey at one point. At least that's the way I felt. I get it. You know, there's dating going on, and there might be some sex scenes, and there's just the one that they have. They're really, it's whatever. It's just so, not over the top, I don't want to say, but it's misplaced in this film. Watch it, check it out, let me know what you think. If you see the same thing that I see, I don't think it, you know, sex scene in the movie's fine, but the way that they portrayed it, it was like this was a, you know, steamy novel, and this was like the climax of that novel, the way that they played out this sex scene. So I thought it was a little bit, you know, odd for there. The scene at the end, they have this wedding scene at the end. It's just ridiculous, not needed. You know how they come back and they're like, oh, and here's this funny scene. Not funny. And which brings me to the other piece. As I mentioned, it was already long. But Tiffany Haddish, funny in spots, but too much in this one. I'm not saying she's not funny. I think she has moments. And in the beginning, that's where you're seeing her every here and there, and you're laughing, you know, in a condensed version there. But when the movie goes on for an hour and 50 minutes and they're putting in more and more with her, it wears on you. You know, and that's her humor. I get it. That's her niche, you know, or whatever. And that's fine and all in spots. You can't drag that out for an hour and 50 minutes. It just stops being funny after a while. So that's what I got for you here. Do I think it's a 4? Absolutely not. But I mean, it's nothing incredible. Maybe 5, maybe 6. Stopped at the hour and 20 minutes mark. I think it might get a little bit better. One last thing that does help me in this movie. There are bloopers at the end. I love bloopers. If you're going to see a comedy, I think they should always throw the bloopers in and not, you know, flip on the other side of the CD kind of bloopers. The ones that are in the credits that make you enjoy the credits a little bit more. So they were in this, and I did enjoy that a little bit. So there you go. My full review for Nobody's Fool. I'm not sure why they call it that, but who cares? I think you have enough information to make an educated decision on whether you'll watch it or not. And if you do, love to hear your comments. Love comments. So thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.